All right.
Oh, is that time?
It's that time.
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, well, now you have. Hi. How did everybody sleep? Everybody sleep okay? I know that there was a lot of you that were at the stream yesterday. It was a long one. I know that there was a lot of people there for a great deal of it. There were a few people there that were there for all of it.
Were you one of them?
Brandon says your hair is so long. I got a shower this morning. It's very rare for me to get a shower on breakfast stream morning.
Because you have to be up early.
Yeah, but like I woke up well before my alarm today, and I couldn't sleep. And
we're sharing these Pop-Tarts. I'm not stealing one. I'm just taking mine, and he's holding it while he's talking.
We're splitting a pack of Pop-Tarts. And I think I woke up at like 6:50. And I was on my phone for a little bit, and then I was like, I'll just get a shower. It's fine. But yeah, it was yesterday was man. It was a good time.
Someone had said tied up in a ponytail. It's not long enough yet. It looks like it might be, but
yeah,
it's really not long enough to get all of it in a ponytail yet.
Thomas said, ready to speedrun. I'm happy that yesterday went so well. If, let's see here. Oh, hold on. This is not the right song. Rojaniel said the song thing is busted, and I'm like, that's correct. This is not C418. Or C418. Here, try this on for size. Boom. Thanks. I got you. Yeah, if you weren't there yesterday, I did a stream where I started at 1 p.m. and went until 11 p.m. It took 10 hours, but we made an RPG Maker game with the audience live. And it's a trip. It's a trip. Like Niffin says, we all made the game. It's true. It's true. We all collectively made the game.
What was the tagline? It's
so sad, and I hate that story. I had a lot of fun with it. It's and it's actually not entirely done. It's basically all done, but the resolution at the very, very end of the game is not written. So I'm probably gonna work on that today. So soon enough, give me a few days, maybe up to a week. We'll see. And I'll have a video out on Stephen Plays of a playthrough of it, and also the VOD will be on YouTube. And, of course, the most important thing, I think, to everyone is that they'll get a chance to play it. And I'll be doing that as well. So, yeah. Yeah. And if you don't think that I won't throw in just a few little extras in the playable version, you don't know me very well. Anyway, let's read some stuff here. Thomas says, more speed tech. Last night before bed, I had a few ideas, and I was like, I'm gonna write these down. Stuff that's like really easy to put in the game that would be very funny. Brandon says, it's not a finished product until Chaz is mad at you for working too long on it. Listen, Chaz only knows I'm working on stuff if I'm live. If I'm not live, if I do it under the cover of darkness, Chaz does not know. There's not that much left to do, but I am looking forward to it. Renee says, I'm pretty sure he always knows. Maybe. We have 24 months. It's 2 years. At tier 3, platinum toast for Danny X6. Wow, I can't believe it's been 2 years since 2020 started. That's what this means, right? Anyway, thanks for the hilarious, uplifting, and always family-friendly content. Much love. Danny, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that you've been here for all 2 years. We also have 2 years. Clap again. From LHMS1704. 2 years, how exciting. Thank you for 2 amazing years, and let's hope for many more. Have a nice day to you two. Love from Norway. 2 back-to-back.
Thomas says, maybe there's a mole in your house.
Maybe there is, Mel. Maybe there is. Chaz says, I know all about the moles. Fun fact, I'm gonna plug a video by Chaz. Chaz is not normally a video creator, but Chaz put together an extremely interesting video that I think is well worth your time, and is doubly worth your time if you like Earthbound. It talks about the specifics of how the mole playing rough works. Well, it's specifically about why there is a mole playing rough when you first enter the desert. It's really cool. It goes into like why that.
Brandon linked it.
Yeah, Brandon's got the link. Bookmark it. Lost Vagabond says, wait, that was Chaz? That was Chaz! Yeah, if you've seen that, that's Chaz. Chaz made the Earthbound randomizer, keeps it up to date, and as a result has been in the deep matrix code lines of Earthbound for far too long.
Speaking of Earthbound, what's today?
Today...
Coffee!
26 years? Because it's Mother 2, so it's 94. 26 years! Mother 2. It's a birthday. Pretty sure. That's what Mal told me this morning. She's like, it's the birthday of Mother 2. So
yeah,
if you're...
94.
Yeah.
Obonichi had a post.
That's it.
And it was trending in Japan.
26 years. Cheers, Earthbound. You're old enough to drink for 5 years. When Earthbound turned 21...
didn't you take a picture of it with like a Corona?
With the Corona. Yeah, like, so I don't drink, and we never have beer in the house. But we had done like a party or something, and people had beer over here, and we had it in the fridge. And a Corona got left, and I was like, well, I'll just leave it for whoever wants it next time they're here. But since we had one, and it was when Earthbound turned 21, I have a picture of an Earthbound cart next to Corona, and I was like, happy 21 years. That's great. Yeah, I feel bad for the Corona Beer Company. This has not been a good year for them. 5 months from JGhostDO3. Good morning. I managed to catch most of the stream yesterday, and what an amazing game you created. Can't wait to watch the complete first 20 and see if you can hold back your laughs. That's going to be the real challenge. But I have to tell you, if you haven't seen it, like, watching the first 20 will be fine. I highly urge you to watch the
VOD?
The playtest.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't watch any other part of the VOD, watch the playtest of the VOD. There are multiple times I cannot breathe. And I'm reading...
You had to, like, get up and find tissues at some point.
I'm reading it, and I'm laughing, and I'm having trouble breathing. Then I'm reading chat. Thomas was awful. Thomas was writing stuff in chat that was making me, like, hyperventilate. I was laughing so stinking hard. It was great. It was great.
Did I get my cashews back? How many of them did you eat? Not that many. Surprised it's not further gone.
James MC, I said, what game was this? We made a game. Shulk's backstory. It's just funny because, like, in order to use the words, like, anytime we got into a conversation with someone, we had to have just, like, really long dialogue. So it's like, Shulk will be a shopkeeper. And then it's like, let me tell you about this thing. I gotta keep my wife, Ritho, fed on a strict diet of apple cider vinegar and sorrel. Like, you have to... There's no other way around it. 6 months. At Tier 2. from Prince Riku, who says, half a year of gold. Neato. Hope everyone is doing well in Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, California, and Wisconsin right now. Or wherever folks may be hurting and whatever may be affecting you and yours. Well wishes to all in the continued saga of difficulty that is 2020. Yeah, I said something about it on Twitter this morning, but my heart goes out specifically to Louisiana because hurricanes are something that hit very close to home. And seeing another area struggle with it is like, I have empathetic anxiety over the whole situation, so. Yeah, it really changed. Because we were actually talking about, Laura, I think on Thursday's breakfast stream, and it was still a 1. And they were like, it will hit as a 1. And then over the course of the weekend, they were like, oh, nope. And I read something on Twitter, and I'm not sure if it's accurate. I haven't checked it, but it was said by like either a journalist or a meteorologist that had a blue check mark. So take this with that level of certainty. But they said in the U.S. there's only ever been 9 hurricanes that made landfall at 150 mile per hour winds. I don't know if that's true or not. Because when I read that, I was like, really? Is that it? It felt like there should be more.
No.
But I guess that, yeah, even though hurricanes may hit that out in the ocean, for them to actually retain 150 mile per hour winds when they hit land, I guess is rare. So this is like one of 9.
Well, I think that's pretty accurate, because I know you were saying you weren't 100% sure. Mm-hmm. But I saw a chart of, like, worst hurricanes, and it was, like, it's kind of similar to this one on the list, and it was, like, 4 on the list.
Yeah. It's a strong hurricane. And again, like, the problem is, I mean, the winds are a problem, sure, but that's not even the big concern. The big concern is just the immense amount of projected storm surge. It's bad. That
wind can really push some water.
Yeah. Let's see, we got 5 months from Toon9822. Thank you, Toon. 500 bits from Tony Spade, who says, rarely get to make these streams. Luckily, I'm on vacation this week. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Cheers. Well, cheers, Tony, and I hope you enjoy your week off. I was telling Mao, I was like, I can't imagine. So on Tuesday, I had I had recorded some Morning Mario, and then yesterday, I did the all-day stream. I was telling Mal right before bed, I was like, I can't imagine if tomorrow would be Breath of the Wild. You know what I mean? Like, another really big stream. I don't know how people who stream, like... Because there's some people that stream, like, 6 hours a day, like, every day. And I'm like, that's a lot. That's a whole lot. I'm not sure how people do that.
Coffee!
Brandon says, here's a question. Will you do Breath of the Wild on October 23rd? No.
Was that when Pikmin was coming?
No, it's the day before Extra Life.
That's right.
Yeah, no, we won't.
That was like, yeah, what's coming out then?
Yeah, that'll be a test stream. Such creepy music. What is this? Should probably remove all the stings, because if it's a sting, it's like 6 seconds long. That's it. Anyway, yeah, we'll October 23rd will be
test stream.
Yeah, it'll be, me and Mao and Dan and Chaz hanging around and stuff. Real Calling says, how are we games going? Good. Last Thursday, Roland brought some more over, and I haven't cataloged them. Has it been a week? Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's been a week.
Oh my god, it's been a week.
That's what we're working on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, now that we finished the filing cabinet. Yeah, next week, like on Tuesday, I mean, it won't look completely different behind us, but things will be a little different because the games are getting rearranged. It'll still be a sea of white.
Yeah.
But it'll be...
And they'll be more filled.
Yeah, it'll be different.
We had less space to be able to put stuff in.
Yeah. I haven't checked the final count, and we haven't done mail. But we need to do...
Mail.
July.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have to do July, and then we can
do that next week.
Yeah. I think next week we might do July and August. We'll just do them both.
But it's currently August.
Well, next week it won't be. It'll be September. We could do any August stragglers in September. I'm interested in trying to get through mail a little more quickly because I want to make sure the list
You
is
have a
updated.
final list, yeah.
Yeah. Because I was talking to Roland the other day, and he was basically like, you need to pick a cutoff date. Like, you need to pick a day where whatever you have, and whatever you don't, you go to eBay. And I'm like, yeah. So I think that day is probably going to be the last week of September or something. I think that's what I'm going to do. Thank you, Frosty. Yeah, I got the fluffy hair this morning. I took a shower, so.
It's nice and clean.
Thomas says I've got 5 stores. I'm only going once. Make it happen. Yeah, so Thomas is going to help me out too. So, yeah. And Ann says they're going to send us a package that says "Open before Extra Life." Fair. So yeah, I'm going to be working on all that, and
You need to catalog what Roland sent you.
yeah, it's only like 10 or 12 games, but yeah, I need to do that.
The other ones he's brought over
Are all in there.
are all in there. It's just
They're just not upstairs. Our dining room has so many games in it. Fun fact, and this is sad, but
Thomas said one just had a giant restock, so make it happen.
Okay. I will. What was I saying?
The living room.
And
room.
another thing that's really upsetting about the living room is that when we moved in, we brought over a lot of games in giant totes from the last house. One of those giant totes was filled with Super Nintendo carts. That's still in the dining room.
Yeah. We bought the boxes.
We did buy the boxes. Everything's going to get a proper place. It's still going to be in boxes, but it's not going to be sitting in a giant Tupperware in the dining room, which it has done for a year and a half.
That year was...
But the thing is, there's been nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
When we moved in here, we did our best to make things work. We had to buy new shelving, and it's lower shelving, and it's not as deep shelving. So we lost the ability to hold games. Each of those billies could hold 800 DVD cases. We had 5. That's 3,000 games. And we can't do that now. Mm-hmm. And I know people will be like, oh, aren't they downstairs? You can't put stuff down there. Because the sun comes through the windows and it'll fade the spines. Maybe not everyone's concerned about that. I am. So, we went from being able to hold 3,000 games to being able to hold 1,200 games? 1,250? Something like that.
I think John has 10 billies.
John has an eclectic collection of shelving.
Yeah, he does.
It's not all the same. It's just stuff that he's had over the years, so. Brandon says, what if you get blackout curtains for your billies? Then our living room looks like the back of a video store, and I'm like, probably not. People come over and be like, what's behind the shelf? Be like, wouldn't you want to know? 200 bits from the Queen Steve. Thank you, Queen Steve. 7 months from Sam Arolian. I'm actually here on my sub anniversary for once. Hope you all have a good day today. Thank you. Brandon says, we do live shows, but not like that. John has over 8,000 games. I can never remember what John's physical count versus actual count is. Because I think John generally counts... He has more games than me, for sure. But, I think his count also generally includes, Steam games, which I never count. So I'm not sure what his physical collection is at. It is a lot, though. It is a whole lot. I'll ask him. On Tuesday when we do Disc Only. This is an advertisement for Disc Only. Disc Only. Twitch.tv.
The first Tuesday of every month.
I don't remember what time it is. Is it at 9?
But it's on twitch.tv/ProtonJohn.
Is it 9 p.m.?
9 Eastern.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bassoonist.
I'm glad that Nightbot remembers, because, I don't even know. I'm like, is it 9? That sounds right. 11 months from Boffmanoff. 6 months.
Sorry. John was doing... What was he doing last night? What does he call that?
Power trip?
Power trip. And I was trying to think of what game I would make John play. And I went through his backloggery to see if he had Crystal Ponytail. And I wondered if he had ever played it on stream. Or at all.
Probably has.
But I thought it would be a great horse game if he's never played it.
I feel like he's probably played it.
I feel like he has too.
John has played a lot of games because John's whole thing on his streams is like playing games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a result, he can get a lot of games done. Because he does Fortune Cookie, he does
Power Trip.
he does just game clearing where he's like, oh, I'm gonna get through the game, and I'm like, you know, he plays a lot of games, and because he streams way more often than we do, he plays more games than we do. But also, John.
I mean, we also picked a super long game to play right now.
Well, yeah, that's one of the big differences is whenever we look at like the games and stuff we're playing, he's playing a lot of games, and I'm like, well, I played Skyrim, Fallout, Red Dead. So what'd you do in the last few years? Fallout? Oh, okay. You know, like Mr. Gameboy says, if you don't bother editing, it goes faster.
Yeah. Because when you can upload the VOD, that makes it a lot easier on us.
And like it's easier on us now because Dan.
Yeah. How did we do things before?
I don't know.
All of the help we get now.
I've honest to God, I've thought about that, and I'm like, I don't know how I survived between like 2013 and 2016.
Yeah.
Was I so stressed that I was a mess all the time?
Yeah.
Good to know. 6 months from Mr. Squidtopus. He says 6 months, which is quite a coincidence. That's about the amount of time I've been working from home. It's bringing folks to the stream. That's kind of nice. Congrats on Double Plus. Also 6 months, Double Plus from Juliet27. Oh my god, 6 months already, nice! 1100 bits from Toon, who says, good morning, grandparents. Fun fact, bees do not have lungs. They breathe through spiracles on their body. Anyway, getting home from work late made me think, what's your number one go-to food when you're just super tired and you want to eat something before you go to bed?
Depends what I'm feeling.
We kind of alternate between doing cheese crackers, just like
cheese on crackers,
like a club cracker or a Ritz cracker with a little bit of mustard, like deli mustard and cheese, like a little cheese square. I really like that. Sometimes we just eat
chips and salsa.
Chips and salsa.
Sometimes we'll have applesauce.
I love applesauce so much. Those are like the big three.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably one of those. That's like those are all of our go-to things. Sometimes a Kit Kat. Sometimes. 300 bits from Andrew in the kitchen. Mommy, what happens at the Golden Corral stays at the Golden Corral. Bless Haley for having the very first submission. For having a goal in her mind that the game take place at the Golden Corral, and then making sure that that happened. And it did. And now the entire game is about going into the secret underground tunnel of the Golden Corral.
I was kind of hoping to see the inside of the actual Golden Corral, not just the stock room.
Part of me is like, game ain't over yet, but the other part of me is like, that's a lot of additional effort. But like that, if I say that on air, Chaz will be like,
no.
Yeah, there he is. No. That's map making is the hard part, and I'm like,
Well, I'm just saying, like, when you had started working on it, I didn't think you'd go into a tunnel. I thought you'd go out of the stock room.
I mean, me too, until people donated towards Secret Tunnel, and I was like, well, Secret Tunnel. 8 months from Kokugan. Appreciate it.
Oh, Jiddle says, should have donated, Mel. I had a plan to take Steven's wallet, because he carries cash and I don't, take out a $5 bill because it was 500 bits, come upstairs, slap it on his desk, and say something. But your wallet was upstairs. So I couldn't come up here, take your wallet, and open it, and then...
Next time. I'm glad that the stream went well. I wasn't like super nervous about it, because I felt like, oh, you know, this I think I can make this happen. But my biggest concern was just the amount of time. I didn't think it was going to go 10 hours. I was thinking probably around like 8 or 9. So the fact that we went past that was a little like, oh, okay, this is harder. I think what I would do next time is I would probably remove all elements of combat. There would be no fighting. It would be a game where you wander around and you talk, yeah, and the story stuff, because the story stuff is what advanced what people submitted. And I think that's what I would do. Yeah, like Thomas says, it would be a visual novel. Exactly. That's exactly what I would do.
Sequel to Good Burn?
Yes. A dating sim. That's because the thing is, if you... I spent all that time yesterday working on stuff, and then I had an additional, like, hour plus at the end that was just trying to balance combat, and it's not even really balanced, it's just passable. So... Thomas says we've been talking about making a Stephen and Friends dating sim for years.
We have.
My God, I'm like... When? I don't remember that. Maybe passively once? Thomas spends all of his time talking about it with Chaz. Is Sweet 33 the Fangamer one, Satsy? That was my first thought. And that's the weirdest thing that ever existed. Like, why does that exist? There's, many years back, before Fangamer was as big as it is now, they made a dating sim where you play as, like, the new employee, and all of the people that work at Fangamer are characters that you can date.
Including some of the dogs. Like, I think that Ruby is in it.
Yeah. It's all, like, it's obviously not serious. It's, like, super comedic and, like, off the wall. But, it would basically be that. Back in Red says, it'll be called Stephen and More Than Friends. Oh, God. Sorry, we're not doing very good on alerts. We gotta keep moving. 24 months from Peach Macaron, who says, 24 months? 24 years! 24 years of crunch. Thank you, Peach. 5 months from 29822. 300 bits from Ravencloak. Says, petition to subtitle the game Stephen's Descent into Madness. That was the stream. That's the stream subtitle. Although the game has a slogan. This is so sad, and I hate this story. That's one thing that I'm thinking about making, like, changing for the final release, is making a proper title screen. Mm-hmm. Instead of just doing, like, what's built into RPG Maker. Because that's something that I can make in, like, a minute. I would just take the pre-existing image, but change the text.
Yeah.
So. Oh, God, I had fun yesterday. 24 months. So many people in 24 months from Space Vixen Music. 2 whole years. Maybe the real breakfast was all the crunch we streamed along the way or something. Anyway, happy Thursday. The real breakfast was streamed. It was all the crunch. 100 bits from Adub64. Thank you. 10 months from Agers 10. 10 months, golden sub month, I guess. You did it! 10 months for Agers 10. 300 bits from Anne, who says, so Stephen, you have inspired me to get back to my own RPG Maker game, Colosseum Quest. Would you like to fight against cats and the recording schedule, and buy items at Jack Attack, Sab's Sundries, and Devon's Duds, while searching for the stolen lanterns which light the way to the magical land of Colosseum. It's a fun idea. It's a fun idea. It would be neat if there was a Colosseum segment, kind of like what I did yesterday, but it's impossible.
It takes way too long.
It takes 10 hours.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. And that's a shame. I'd be like, John, what if we extend Colosseum by 1 day and it's one event? And he would be like, I don't think that makes sense. And I'd be like, it doesn't.
It could if you truly Mad Libs'd it. Like, you had written everything and just was like, noun, verb.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what would be really good? I don't know if you can do this in RPG Maker. You might be able to. If you wrote it out, if you literally wrote out the entire game, you made the game, and inside the text, you put variables, there's like the little bracketed things, and then at the very beginning, it asks you just a long series of questions where you have to input all of the things, and then it fills out the entire game. You might be able to do that. The hardest part would be for the player, because trying to type by one block at a time would suck. Or maybe it has keyboard support. I don't know. It probably has keyboard support. Anyway. Now I'm like, shoot, that's not impossible. Not impossible. Joel says, rip your Animal Crossing town for your monthly video. We're doing Animal Crossing on Saturday. We're recording it Saturday. Thomas offered to do his town, so we're doing that.
We might be doing 2.
Oh yeah, we might be doing. Haley said she was working on hers too. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
he says, "Oh, okay."
Thomas, we talked about this Tuesday. Anyway, now you know for sure.
Coffee.
Yeah, Haley said she was working on hers too. She was like, wouldn't it be better if we'd had 2 towns to do? And I was like, it would, but you don't have to do that. You had surgery. And she's like, ah. And I'm like, okay. 300 bits from Weiss and Am, who says, gonna ask for good vibes here. About a year ago, I came to the realization that I'm attracted to people of the same gender. I'm planning to reveal it to my parents this weekend, and I'm not sure how they're going to react. They always have my best interest at heart, but they are mildly conservative, so I have no idea what the outcome will be. I think it's important to be true to yourself, and I think that sometimes, whenever you tell, I mean, anyone, but especially parents, some information that may be initially jarring to them, I think you have to give them a little time too. Mm-hmm. I think that's completely fair. So, I mean, I sincerely hope that things go well for you, and I hope that they react in the most positive way possible. But if they don't, they may just need a little time to process. And so my hope for you would be that if they don't react exactly as you would like them to just give them a little bit of time would be my hope. But I wish you well. And chat has got your back, and I love it. I love it. We've got a really, really good community here, and we've got a really, really good inclusive support system here, and I love it. And we're all wishing you well. Let's see, we got 18 months. It's a 1+ from Mazel with an E. Since I missed my 9-month, does that mean I have twins? Yes. That is how that works. Anyways, I'm so excited for this weekend. Got it off for work and having a 2-day D&D game. Finally get to see friends again. That's a lot of D&D, but that sounds fun. As long as you're taking like reasonable breaks.
Yeah.
Whenever we were doing D&D, the thing that we learned is that 3-hour bursts are the max.
Yeah. The
minute that you pass the 3-hour mark, it also depends on how big your party size is. If you have a big party, it's really, really hard to do. But if you do 3 hours and then you take a reasonable break where everyone just kind of like takes, I don't know, 20 minutes. You can get 2 good sessions out of it, I think.
What we used to do is, like, we'd go have dinner and then play another 3 hours.
Everyone would meet for lunch. Mm-hmm. We would come back after lunch and do a session, and then we would go have dinner, come back and do another session. And like Brandon says, it is hard to keep large parties engaged, especially combat.
It's not 48 hours, just 2 days with my group.
Okay. That's better. Yeah, the minute that you do, the minute you do more than 4 PCs,
Yeah.
it's exponential after 4. 4 is like, yeah. 5 is like, whoa, and 6 is like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Bless Thomas for running that game that there were 6 of us, and I think maybe at one point had 7. Was there a one that we did 7? Thomas is great. 19 months from Gedzooks. Because I have to sleep all day, you guys have become my unofficial ASMR soundtrack. Much love to you both. We do what we can. I can whisper more if that helps. I know that that's a big, like, ASMR thing. Getting really close to the mic. Whispering really close. 200 bits from GamerGirl218. Thank you. 300 bits from Raguzgu. Corona, or technically Grupo Modelo, has actually been doing some interesting stuff in Mexico. They've slowed down production of beer, and they started producing water and antibacterial gel for hospitals.
That's really cool.
That is really cool. Neat.
People that produce alcohol are set up really well to make hand sanitizer because of the alcohol content, obviously.
Yeah, like, it's not that what you said doesn't make sense.
I just think it's really cool.
I just then make that correlation. I'm like, ah.
I just think it's really cool. It's really easy for them to switch and do.
Yeah.
And we have a local, what was the news reporting on? A whiskey distillery or something? Anyway, they were making some too, and that was really neat. And, like, you could stop by and just pick some up. They were giving it away.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's nice to see some of the industries, changing over and doing what they can to assist. We got 300 bits from LHMS1704. Speaking of Corona, I watched your Mario Sunshine LP again. And when Corona Mountain came, I was like, yikes. Yeah, I remember when we were playing through Super Mario RPG. Bless you.
Thank you.
One of the enemy moves is called Corona, and it was, it's a word. It has a meaning, but it's in the current times when you see that, it's just very concerning suddenly. It's like, oh. It's like the 1996 RPG didn't know, it is a actual word, but it's still, I don't know, I feel like this generation will never look at that word the same again.
Yeah.
Or maybe it'll be like 10 months or 10 years and everyone will forget. I said 10 months. Probably not 10 months. I don't know. Time will tell. 400 bits from Bun Bun the Bunny Lord. Morning. I woke up early on my day off just to be here. By the way, Steven, have you had the chance to play Octopath Traveler? I have not. Whenever I was... when was it? It was when I was at Emil's house to last record of TRG, so it must have been when we were doing Kirby. At that time, was it Emil? I think Emil was playing through Octopath. And so in the evenings when we were not doing anything, I was in the living room, like, on my phone or whatever. Everyone was kind of doing their own thing. But Emil was playing Octopath, like, up on the TV. So I got to see some of it, and it's beautiful. I really love the way that the art style is, where it's like tilt shift. Like, you've got these little sprites walking through this 3D world, but it all feels very tilt shift, and it's really cool, and the music is exceptional. It's a game that I would love the opportunity to play, but it's a long RPG, so I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know when I'll have time to actually enjoy it. You'd like it. I can tell that it's something that you would really like too.
Mm-hmm.
Mother 2. 7 months from Cure Jupiter. Appreciate it. 14 months from JD3D. 100 bits from Tsunami Kitten. 500 from Mr. Game Boy, who says, also, I want to announce the start of my plan with an ominous number, 8. 8. Turned on its side. Infinity. I don't know what it means. 300 bits from Aegis 10. Oh god, do not trust chat with a dating sim. Yeah. Yeah. That would be, well, it'd be different. It would be different. Let's say that. 7 months from Crystallized Fish. Sub for 7 months. I really miss these live streams. Thank you for helping to keep me somewhat calm while I was alone in the office with a mouse running around, grandparents. Update, boss came and swept the poor thing outside.
Ah, that's not fun.
I've never had to deal with a mouse before. You know that? I've never,
Yeah.
That's never something I've had to...
I haven't... Where did I see one? It wasn't in a house. It was, at a work somewhere. Or maybe college. Because people were always, coming and going into the art building.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was it.
I mean, I grew up with, bugs.
Yeah.
We got
You live close to the water, and you live in a place that's really warm and muggy, and it doesn't freeze in the winter.
We got bugs here. Yeah. But I've never... I mean, we have mice, but I've that's the one thing I've never had to...
Mad Riddler says, does Kepi like chasing bugs? Kepi likes some bugs. He especially loves bugs that can fly. Like moths, if they get in, or those big crane flies that look like giant mosquitoes, but aren't.
I'm sorry. This is important. Hello Vanilla said, meanwhile in West Virginia, snakes are coming through our urinals at work. Sorry, I'm just gonna need a second here. Have y'all seen Snakes on the Plane?
Great soundtrack.
This is a great soundtrack. There's a scene... I'm gonna describe this quickly and briefly.
Ugh.
There's a scene... You know what, I'm just gonna stop there. I think everyone just knows. Everyone understands, even if they haven't seen the movie, from context. Yeah, I would not like that. Hograt says, we're eating breakfast! Sorry. This sounds like... That sounds like my parents. It sounds like my parents growing up, and even till today. It's funny because anytime me and you've been over there, you've got to witness this too. Where my mom will just talk about, whatever needs to be talked about. And it doesn't, and it all, our best conversations happen at, the dinner table. So mom will be saying something that, might be a little stomach upsetting. And dad will just go, we're eating dinner! And mom will be like, oh, it's fine. And I'm just, that exact conversation has happened a million times in my house. And this is some of my fondest memories. Anyway, 500 bits from, I bet I get them. Yeah, that's what I thought. I got a message from my mom that's just like the crying, laughing emoji. She knows I'm right. She knows I'm right. 500 bits from Silverfist, who says, hello, grandparents. I just started a new chapter by changing majors in college. After north of 13 years, I ended up getting burnt out on music. Never thought it'd happen, but it did. So one of the things about life is that your interests change. They do. And for whatever you decide to pursue, I wish you luck.
And I'm sure after some time, music will be enjoyable again.
Yeah.
And I think it's... I still have, a soft spot for teaching.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go back to being a teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, so... That's one of those things that... Don't beat yourself up. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. Just... accept that through the course of your life, you're going to change, your interests are going to change, and if you give yourself a chance to step away from it, you may be able to come back and enjoy it later. But don't focus on that. Oh, that's a good way of saying it. As Satsy said, distance makes the heart grow fonder. So, it's a good option. Yeah, you can look back at it fondly, hopefully. Hopefully.
You still have coffee? I'm out of coffee.
Do you want this last sip of black coffee?
No. I'm just sad I'm out of coffee.
Let's see. We had 300 bits from the bassoonist. He says, hey y'all, I got my large original color 1962 shirt in the mail yesterday, and it looks really cool. Unfortunately, it charged me for and sent me 2 identical shirts. Does anyone want a large original color 1962 shirt? Whisper me for more details. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, we don't control that, obviously, because we do it through a separate store. So you can do it either way you want. I mean, if you want folks to whisper you, obviously I can say that here, but they do. The customer service is really good. Mm-hmm. I've found that the customer service experience on Teespring has been really good. So I'm sure that if you want to, you could return one of the shirts, and I'm sure that they would, refund you, because they're usually really good about that stuff. But if not, if someone's interested in a 1962 shirt in large, you can send a whisper to the bassoonist, since they have an extra. Redbubble's pretty good about stuff like that, too.
I think so.
Yeah. We got 510 bits from Rara Oaks, who says, Stephen Mao in chat, please keep my mummy in your thoughts. She is a teacher and is dealing with the craziness that is come with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teaching's hard enough.
Yeah.
Man. Teaching's hard enough.
I've seen a lot of different... I'm friends with a lot of different teachers in many different areas. Like, bean time. Like,
there was too many beans.
There's some teachers I know in Missouri and back home and then here and where I used to teach in Columbia. So it's been interesting to see what their take on it is and what their districts are doing.
Yeah, and it's not like there's a national unified approach.
Yeah.
And because of that...
There really can't be, though.
Yeah, things are different in different places, but, like, because of that, when you reach out and you talk to different people, the experiences are going to be very different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good vibes. Good vibes to your mom, and I hope everything works out as well as can be worked out, I suppose. We also have 300 bits from Wallen Hornigan, who says, I'm out of coffee. Do you want more coffee? No. I offered. You could have had my last thing.
But it didn't have any sugar in it.
Oh no. Even though you've already consumed a coffee with sugar and had a thing.
Yeah.
See, here's what you do. This is literally what I do. Drink your coffee black. Have a sweet with it, a Pop-Tart. It balances it out. I'm telling you, it's real good. That's how I like to do it, man. That's how I like to do it. Steven is so judgmental when it comes to sugar. I don't feel like I'm judgmental. I'm just offering an alternative. Because if you want sugar, just have a little thing with it. One of my favorite things to do is to have coffee with something very sweet, like a cinnamon roll. That I think, honestly,
if I do that, I'll cut the sugar back, but I'll still have some.
See, I think at this point in my life, I don't think I can really even eat a cinnamon roll if I don't have something bitter, because it's just too much for me. Like, even water. I don't, like, water is not good enough. Like, I'm like, no, I want something to just...
No, it says firm coffee. Can you call our boy?
Kepi!
He's howling downstairs.
Kepi, come here!
Like, it makes me want to go check on him to make sure he's not locked in somewhere.
Kepi! I mean, should I? Could he
Yeah.
have been stuck in a room?
Maybe.
It does happen. It's not often, but it does happen.
We normally keep eyes on him before we leave the house. So,
Oh, well, we always do it before we leave.
yeah, before we leave the house, just to make sure.
Where are you? Oh, he's right here.
Why is he howling then?
He was in our bedroom now.
He couldn't find us, I guess, and he was just right there.
There he goes.
Hi, bud.
Kepi can get up the stairs in less than 2 seconds because he's a fast boy.
He takes like 3 jumps and he's upstairs.
He loves it. He's traveling.
You didn't even get to the bottom of the stairs before he came over.
I know.
Thomas says, do you check 4 or 5 times to make sure the cat is okay before you leave the house? Yeah.
I don't. Check once. But I always check. I always check. And when Sagan was alive, we had to check for 2 cats, which was, you know, double the fun. Because sometimes there would be one sitting in front of you, and you'd be like, well, that's one. Where's the other one? Hi, bud. Hi, bud.
Why were you howling?
Who knows? Kepi, you were the reason I woke up at 6:50. Weren't you? So...
At 6:50.
Well, I was going to back up a little bit further. Kep only occasionally slept on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Sagan was the one that slept on the bed. Jess, I need to back up. It's 6:49. So Sagan was the one that's kind of always slept on the bed, at least in this house, and he would sleep on my feet, like right at the very corner of the bed. And occasionally, he would move up and down that side a little bit, but that's mostly where he stayed, was down by my feet. Sometimes I would like wake up and I'd find that he was much closer up to my face, but a lot of times he was down at my feet. Kepler would be on the bed about half the time, so sometimes he'd be on the bed when I woke up, but most of the time it's not. And when he was like in the center, in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, like like down at the foot of the bed. But now that after Sagan passed away, Kep wasn't getting on the bed, and you know, he was just sleeping like on the couch.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but I was trying to encourage him to be up on the bed with us, because I was like, you know, come here, little family. We can all be in the same place. So every night I was playing with him in the bedroom. So I'd call Cap and he'd come in and I'd play with him a little bit, and then I would put him up on to the bed, and you know, he would always be up there for just a little bit, then he'd jump down. But eventually he got to the point where he was coming in on his own and jumping up and sleeping. And now that's what he's done for the past few months. He sleeps on the bed now.
And he takes up more and more space every single night.
Yeah, so the problem with this is that unlike Sagan, who for the most part was just kind of down, he just wanted to be on the bed. He didn't need to snuggle up against you. He just wanted to be on the bed. Kep wants to spoon, which is fine, except for the fact that Kep is hot. Kep is really warm. So at night, and now he's doing it to the like so early that we're not even asleep. He for a while it was like the light had to be off.
Yeah, before he came in.
That's not even how it works anymore. Like, I'm in bed and I'm like reading something with the lamp on. He comes in, jumps up, and like
snuggles up to your knees.
He'll snuggle up to my knees. Sometimes he'll snuggle up like higher up, but he like as close as he'll basically like fall onto my knees and then like.
Kind of like you're propping him up like a pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he jumps up there, lays down, and then immediately like goes to washing. Like, well, I'm in my spot now. So throughout the night, I like to, flip around and move. Every time I do, Kep gets up, moves closer to me, and lays down again. And the problem is that since Mal's on the left side of the bed, I'm on the right side of the bed. I guess it depends which way you're looking, right? If you're standing at the foot of the bed, looking at the bed, I'm on the left, Mal's on the right. But whatever. Kep's on the outside, like...
Of you.
Of me.
So really, Kep's on the left side of the bed.
Yeah, so every time I move, like, he pushes a little bit closer to me. And then I'll flip again, and he'll push a little closer to me. So what's been happening is that in the middle of the night, I'm in the center of the bed. Because I keep moving a little bit, and then he moves a little bit, and then I move a little bit. And this is all happening in my sleep. But by the time, I'm to the center of the bed,
I'm like, I don't have any room.
We're waking up in the middle of the night, and Mal's kicking me like, you need to move. And I'm like, Mal, I physically cannot. I physically can't. Kepler is on the other side of me. And then Mal will be like, tough, bro. Like, fix it. So then I can't. Mal's suggestion is to lift Kepler, like to lift him up and then
Scoop
move
him
under
up,
him.
yeah.
I can't do that. I'm like, no, he's perfect and we can't touch him. He's not allowed to be touched. So instead, Kepler, who is literally halfway up the bed and pushed up against me, I will move all the way up out of bed, pull my legs up out of the bed, and move my feet up around to get onto the other side of him, so he'll then be in the middle of the bed. Because I don't want to move him. I'm like, no, he stays, I'll move. So then I do that. And then, of course, when he realizes what happens...
Then he rolls towards you again.
He does it, but in the opposite direction. So, Yeah. Thomas says, no, he's a cat. Pick that child up and move him. No. Mm-mm. I refuse.
One of the special memories I have, might have been a year ago or so, is Sagan was real cuddly, and he really got into getting like under the covers, like,
yeah,
since we've been here, and he would get under the covers with us. And one night I was reading, because sometimes I just want to read a book before I go to bed, and I can't lay on my back, so I'm on my side reading, and he decided he needed under the covers. And he just got himself right here, and he put his little head on my bicep and just laid underneath the covers with me. And so I spooned him while I finished my chapter.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a few times I did that with him. There's been a few times I've done with Kep, too, where he's been nice up and close to me. Yeah, I love kitty cats. Chaz says, can't move kitty as the rule except for sleep. Sleep wins, kitty moves. Sorry, cat, but you sleep enough. It's true. It's reasonable. And if I'm put in a position where I'm like, I can't sleep at all, I will move the cat. But if there's a way...
But if I can't sleep, you can't move the cat.
He's
there's too cute, Mal.
If there's a way to get around it, I try. I really try. Usually. 300 bits from Zell with an E says, I know you guys use a Keurig, but my sister taught me that adding salt to your blended beans helps balance the acidity of black coffee. She's a coffee fiend, so I trust her statement. I've heard that before. Personally, I like the acid. Put the acid in my mouth. I love acid.
Joel says, to be fair, Chaz's cat has a knife. It's not safe to sleep with.
It's true. It's true. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for,
Knife cat.
Knife cat. Elspeth is nice knife cat. Yeah, acid challenge is the new TikTok thing.
No.
Man, I I'm getting over... I was talking about this on the stream last night. I'm getting over an ulcer that I had here, which is a really bad spot. But I'm getting a new one. And I'm like, what is it?
It's probably stress and
it's been
your teeth rubbing against the inside of your lip.
Yeah, I don't think I've really had. I've probably had.
And
an
I'm
ulcer
sure
this
coffee
year, but
doesn't help, and spicy doesn't help.
I know, but I'm not going to stop doing those things. It's probably mostly stress. I've just it's been a really busy 2 to 3 weeks. I think that's probably been it. And there's certain things when you do things that are outside of your norm.
Yeah.
That's always a little stressful. Yes, we can do game streams. We're familiar with doing game streams, but the things that we've been doing are like Zelda, so we know what to expect. So whenever it's you have to play Mario Odyssey, that's a little stressful because it's oh, this is something new. This is something different. So, and the thing last night, of course, I was it's fine. It's fine. And Spark says you were drinking Coca-Cola last night too, right? Yep. Yeah. So, these are little things that they're all in moderation to a point where it should be fine, but while you have a canker sore, it's not great.
Brenda says, do you mean canker sore when you say ulcer? That's what I grew up calling them.
Canker sores?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're interchangeable. Yeah, I mean they are an ulcer, a mouth ulcer, but yeah, canker sore depends. I guess it depends where you're from.
Maybe.
Probably. I don't know. We've always said we always used both terms. So let's see. An anonymous gifter gifted a sub to Bleach Wars. That's a good one. And we have 300 bits from Link60255. It says, just here to say hi to everyone before my classes start. We'll watch the VOD later, and it's finally my birthday! Yay! Hope everyone had a good day, and soon I'll get to play more Crystal Chronicles Remaster. Well, happy birthday, first off. And enjoy Crystal Chronicles. I know Thomas is super excited about that.
Some people in chat are saying cold sore. See, I always thought those were different.
Cold sore is not the same thing. Cold sore is not a mouth ulcer or a canker sore. A cold sore is something that happens on the outside of your mouth. A mouth ulcer or a canker sore happens on the inside of the mouth.
Satsy says cold sore is a virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is, and then canker sores are more trauma and stress.
Yeah, cold sore is herpes. It's just on the outside, and then the inside is the ulcers. Also, we're talking about all this stuff. It's by the way, milk. There's 10 gift subs from SparkStrike13. Sorry. I have to read 10 words, and I was I don't know if I can get through these 10 words unless I do and I did. Where'd they go? I'll tell you. Mikey DCT, Lilac Oligochi, Makar68809, Har, Anthony Bell, Clarth Mew, Gentleman Lucas, Red Cinder, Uncle Imo. Sorry, I had a mental image of Uncle Emo with hair over the eye. And Old School. Sparkstrike, thank you. I appreciate it. Making sure everyone gets their daily dose of calcium. Does calcium help with canker sores? I don't know. Maybe.
Noah chimed in.
Scroll up. Stephen got it right. Cold sores are a virus, and ulcers are basically chemical burns from stomach acid. Yeah. Noah's our resident scientist, so there you go. Yeah, you can change you can interchange canker sore and mouth ulcer, but the cold sore is a completely different thing. I've never had a cold sore, but is it 60% of people get cold sores or something? It's a really high number.
I don't remember.
I forget what it is exactly. Something like that. Oh. 100 bits from Dreams2492. Dreams, thank you. God, I love this song too. Oh man, the other day I was doing the first 20 stream and Super Soul Brothers rated me.
Yeah.
And they rated right at the time that I had just started Skater XL, and because the computer was drawing a lot of power, and it's on the same plug as the light, the UPS went, and I was like, God. And then it was like, you got rated by Super Snow Brothers. And I was like, good times. Good, yes, this is good. I'm glad that you're here now. I'm fumbling around, rehooking up lights. I don't think I honestly don't know that there's enough power in this room. Mao and I have been talking about potentially changing the layout of this side of the room on Sunday.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm cool with that. I need to do some diagram stuff to figure out if that's what would be most helpful. I like the idea because it would be something different, and I love changing things up. I'm like, ooh, something new. But I don't know. I need to write it. I need to draw out how it would work. It could be fun. 300 bits from Kazuyume, who says, hype for Breath of the Wild tomorrow. Any plans for what you and Mao want to do?
Yeah.
So last week we basically finished off Farron, except for that one shrine we couldn't find.
Yeah.
My goal is
There's
to find...
probably more shrines in that area, too, but the stuff that we knew about.
My goal is to find that shrine.
Okay.
That's my goal. My goal is I want to get that shrine, and then I want to leave the area. Really, like, I've really enjoyed being in something that is new, because Farron is so different than everything else that we've seen in the game. But I'm ready to, like, leave. I've had it with the weather, man. With the rain and the storms, I'm like, okay. Oh, and I want to ride the dragon. I want to try and see if I can get on that dragon. Ride the dragon. Find that shrine. Get out of Dodge. That's where I'm at. Do you have any things like elsewhere in the map that you really want to try and find?
Not particularly.
The
Someday we'll have more stamina and I can get that horse. Still thinking about that horse.
You can get that horse now if you just, like...
Craft a bunch of...
Stamina stuff, yeah. The stamina shrooms. You could definitely do it. It's not impossible. Anyway. So yeah, that's on the agenda for tomorrow. I also want to... there's a quest that we have to go find Robbie. Robbie's to the north. So... I mean, yeah, we could work counterclockwise around, or no, that'd just be clockwise around the map to get up there, but it's going to take forever. Like, if it takes us 2 to 3 streams to do Farron, it's going to take us 2 to 3 streams to do every single region. Like, it'll be months before we get up there. So, I'm kind of thinking we should go up there sooner, because I think it was kind of a major side quest type thing.
Yeah. And
last time we did the major side quest, we got the camera... We got upgraded bombs.
Yeah, there was a lot.
So that's I'm kind of wondering if maybe it would be worthwhile to like do sooner. So I'm kind of thinking that's okay. Yeah, I have a plan. Shrine, ride a dragon, go find Robbie. Those are my goals.
Okay.
I think it's pretty good. And then I guess at that point do whatever we want. Start working our way towards any of the
towers,
or I was gonna say any of the next divine beasts.
Yeah.
We get abilities for that.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Mipha's
I like that.
Grace has saved us many times already.
Dude, Mipha's... So, that's the thing. I'm sure that they're not all Mipha's, we don't keep getting abilities to live forever. So, having the option, or like having that ability was really good. I'm actually kind of glad that the game... And the game does. The game leads you to Zora's Domain based on where you are. I think it kind of wants you to do that first. Like, I can't confirm that. But
Sorry, I just had an idea.
It certainly seems that way. Huh?
I gotta email myself my idea. So I put it on my painting list.
Oh. Okay. Oh, also, again, I'm not going to be the one to, I'm not going to be the one to tell you when Mal's video will be out, but her painting is coming along, and it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. I don't know. I mean, any of Mal's patrons that are here that have seen the updates that she's been posting on Patreon will know. But like, God, it's a really good one. It's really good, and it's really intricate, and I'm just really like, I love everything she does, but I'm really happy about this one. Really happy about this one.
Hello Vanilla says, Grandma's too hardcore for Notes app. I have a document on my computer, and if I put it in my email, when I go check my email at my computer later, I'll just move it instead of using Notes.
Whatever workflows are best for you. Oh yeah, Kaliker says, what are the hints we have? I think the only hint I've given regarding it is that it is a series. It's not a game. It's a long-running series. I think that's what I gave. I think that's the hint I gave before. It's from a series with a almost 30-year history. Maybe 30 years? No, not quite 30 years, I don't think. Almost 30 years. All right, that's enough. That's enough. I'm not exactly sure of the... Hold on, let me...
Coffee!
Just give me one second. Just take like a second. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, really? Oh, that's older than I thought. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's over 30 years. Yeah, the series that it's from is over 30 years old. So... kind of surprised me. Anyway, 300 bits from Gold Mage. Steven, talking about ulcers. Think of what your dad would say. Talking too much. Also, the sun also has part of its atmosphere called the corona, which is hard to see normally. It's the part you see during an eclipse, and is actually way hotter than the sun's photosphere in the millions of degrees, for reasons astronomers have yet to definitively pin down. Oh, sea lion facts. Not enough room. There are usually not sea lions in GC basements or in the sun's corona. I would hope. Those would be some hot sea lions. They need to cool down. 300 bits from Danny X6. I've beat Breath of the Wild 3 or 4 times now, and I've still been getting super distracted while I've been streaming it. I swear it's designed to be, oh, you were heading to this shrine? That's cute. Here's 2,033 different distractions. Not wrong. Not wrong, but also sometimes your plans change. I think one of the biggest things in Breath of the Wild that changes plans is rain, because it immediately stops you from being able to climb. And that's okay, as long as you are then given something else to do. It's a little frustrating if it's like, I want to climb this thing, that's definitively the thing I'm going to do, and then it rains and there's nothing else to do. So then you're like, oh. It can be interesting mechanically because it may force you to go a different direction. It may force you to find a different way up the thing you're trying to do. But it certainly changes. It keeps you on your toes. And lightning, yeah. Kid Shadow says lightning. Yeah. Lightning's mostly annoying. I like it, and it does keep you on your toes. But a lot of it's... You're fighting things in the rain, and you have to use weak weapons because you have to use, like, wood. It is truly, as Renee says, a shocking experience. 11 months from Ginger Tail. Got 11 months. Also, nuggets and Diet Coke is breakfast, right? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds fine. Thomas stopped doing breakfast Coke, right?
He's normally gone by now.
He's probably gone by now.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Things we need to announce.
Breath of the Wild stream tomorrow.
Obviously, that's the big one. We'll be streaming it at. It's at 8. Last night I announced the breakfast stream was at 8, and that's because I had been streaming 10 hours and I was tired. Breakfast stream's at 9. Breath of the Wild at 8 p.m. tomorrow, and then also.
What comes out on Stephen Place?
Oh man, we only I only have 2 videos right now.
For Stephen Plays?
For Stephen and Friends?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a bunch more that...
Dan did say last night in chat, he's like, do you have Dropbox paused? I'm sending stuff your way.
I don't think I had it paused. But the stream didn't go down, so it's fine. Yeah, maybe he worked on some stuff. Yeah, I only have 2 I have 2 Jackbox episodes that I had that are in there, but I don't think I have anything else. But we've made a lot of stuff because we did rock paper scissors tournament, we did Pong, we did
do rock paper scissors.
We did Chinese checkers. We finished Pixelmon. Was there something else we did? Oh, we did Broken Picture Phone?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, there's 5 things actually that aren't edited that are in the can. But Dan, Dan's been trying to get ahead in Mario RPG and Breath of the Wild, so that makes sense. Let's see, 300 bits from Waste Aeon. You make me almost want to give Breath of the Wild another go. When I first played it, I played it for about 5 hours and not more. Same with Skyrim, in which I only spent like 15 hours with it. I guess I don't really mash with open world games. Too much freedom. Completely fair. I mean, different strokes for different folks. Some people are just not going to like it, and that is okay. That is okay. And sometimes people that don't like playing those games still enjoy watching them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you enjoy watching it, you can certainly watch, the VODs or the LP episodes that are on YouTube. And then you can still get a chance to experience it without having to put in the time yourself playing it. 300 bits from Zeasarn. Yesterday's stream was a blast. Sorry I'm late since I now open at the university dining hall here. But hey, free brekkie. Today is hashtag firm eggs, bacon and hash brown triangle with Nutella and banana sandwich and a dirty chai. Espresso with the chai.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And orange scones. Stay awesome, y'all. That is a heck of a breakfast. God, I'm jealous.
That's one thing I miss about the dining hall.
God, I'm jealous of that.
I missed breakfast a lot at college because I either didn't have time to eat it or I wasn't up early enough. But it was always good.
Steven getting them egg sweats again. Also, we realized, as of yesterday, we went, yesterday marked 6 weeks.
Oh. I didn't know where you were going with that.
6 weeks since we went shopping. We have went 6 weeks without going to the grocery store. And that's a lot.
We're down to, like, pasta and oatmeal.
Yeah, we're gonna have to shop again.
And what else do we have?
We're gonna have to shop again. But that is the longest we have ever went, ever in our entire lives without going to the grocery store. And it's just like it's a combination of.
It's a fun game.
It really has become a game. We are gamifying the crap out of this whole situation. It's like, how far do you think we could go? I don't know. But a lot of it has come down to, over the course of the last few months, we would just pick up a little extra here and there, and we're just, like, putting it under the bed. And when we finally do our actual, like, shopping trip, we're aiming to buy, like, a month's worth of food. So, yeah, it's a lot of food. It just sucks because that when you're only going shopping once every 6 weeks, the fresh food is at the beginning. So you got like some fruits and some veggies and stuff, and you're like, yeah, fruits and veggies. And then after
we have like canned peaches and stuff.
I mean, it's not the same.
No, you're like, I'm out of bananas and grapes, and man, raspberries would be good.
Yeah. So like for 5 days, you're like fruit, and then after that, you're like, well.
But those 5 days, you're like, stuff is gonna start going bad. I have to eat this, this, and this.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. God, the banana Thomas is a good emote.
It is a good emote.
But next time we go shopping, we've learned a few things. We're actually learning a lot about like shopping habits and making food go a long way.
The frozen section of Costco we're becoming intimate with.
Yeah, it's true. we're buying eggs in bulk for the first time. We never used to do that.
Yeah.
We always bought eggs at the grocery store, and we might buy like 18, but we'd never buy more than 18.
Yeah.
And last time we went, we bought a 2 dozen pack, and this time I think we might buy one of them Farmer John packs. Seriously, the kind that come with 3 dozen, because I'm like, we'll eat them, and if we're going 6 weeks, we'll eat them before we go back.
Yeah.
Anyway, 500 bits from the Chemist 2020 says, "Hey Stephen and Mao, lately have been creating arrangements of classical music pieces, and last night I finished a piece with percussion. I'm not a percussionist by trade, so that was interesting to do, and I feel really good about it." Nice. It's nice to step outside of your comfort zone, especially musically. I recall, so I'm not the drummer at all, but I recall doing a cover of a song in college, and I had the Rock Band drum set. And the Rock Band drum set is basically a MIDI instrument, so you can actually hook the Rock Band drum set up to a Mac and set all of the stuff to work in GarageBand. So then you can just use, I mean, yeah, it's a toy for a video game, but it's a real drum set. So I actually did a cover of, was it the Weaker Than song? Is that what I did?
Probably.
I think I did a cover.
That time period, yeah.
Yeah, I think I did a cover of the Weaker Than song, and I actually did percussion on it, and that was different. That was different for me, and I'm sure that my I'm sure that the people that lived below us hated my guts. They got over it.
In college, yeah.
They got over it. Spark says, "When did you do Canadian Idiot?" That was
high school.
Yeah, that was high school. I mean, that wasn't a cover. That was just a music video. But yeah, that was back in 2007? Was that 2007? Probably like 2007, I think.
Still like senior year?
Maybe, yeah. Oh, hi.
Good morning.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Hi, Jared. That's very funny. The amount of times that we talk about drums are, doesn't come up very often. It's funny that you're here. Jared, how you doing? How's your morning going? It's nice to talk to another South Carolinian. And someone else was saying that you had got started playing. I heard drums and arrived. I think the thing that's really weird is that this happens a lot.
Yeah.
Particularly with John.
Oh yeah.
Where
I was gonna say it happens with like Jules too.
It happens with Jules.
Uh-huh.
It happens with Jules. But like there'll be times where I'll be talking about like the whole stream. Like I haven't mentioned John, but there'll be something that comes up with John, and I'll be like, oh, so yesterday we made an RPG Maker game, and there's a part where Bagel is in it, and like as we're working on that, John shows up, and I'm like, you have impeccable timing. I was like, have you been watching all? He's like, no, I just got here. And I'm like, of course you did. Of course you did. And then Fossix gives a sub to Jared. Thank you, Fossix. Yeah. It's always strange. Jared woke up in bed and said, I felt a disturbance. Thunderstriker said. John and Jules have a sixth sense for that. Jules can smell if I'm playing one of his covers. Oh yeah, we sent folks over to Jared. When was that? Was that for?
That was.
I've lost track of
Odyssey
time.
Stream.
Was that the Odyssey stream?
Was that Saturday?
No, that was the Odyssey stream because our raid message was "This is an ad," and Jared,
that's right.
And Jared knew exactly what it was and started playing the song, and it was great. It was great. Very seldom do you have that level of engagement with a raid, where everyone is going over like, hey, this is an ad, and then Jared's like, I get that reference, and I raise you the actual song. It was wonderful. See, we did that. That was right because we had been playing Mario Odyssey, and I've really never played it. Like I'd only ever played it during like Coliseum, and I finally got to actually play the game, and it's great. God, it's a good game. I want to play more of it, but
it's good.
I want to play more of it, but you know, we got like other games that we should play, so. Anyway, all right. Today's gonna be a little interesting because we've got some things we have to try and
get done.
Yeah. But I'm really holding out hope that you know, your painting will all come together pretty soon.
I hope so.
Been a little rough, but man, it's so freaking pretty. It's so good. So good. I'm excited about it. Anyway. Alright. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you all for being here this morning. And I hope that you'll choose to join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern for Breath of the Wild. And again, if you don't see the whole VOD from yesterday, I don't blame you. It's 10 hours long. But God, watch the playtest. The playtest is in the last little bit.
The last hour.
Someone might have a timestamp for it. At least watch that. God, I cried over and over. I cried so much. Anyway, all right. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow night for Breath of the Wild.